Yeah. Hi, sir. We have Rohit Verma, sir, with us, and we will know a lot about Metaverse. He has also worked a lot in the field of Metaverse. So we would love to know his introduction, what he does, and what is his future thoughts on this field. So, Rohit Verma, sir, please.
Thank you, Swapnil. So, you know, as a professional who spent almost 25 years of working in since the start of internet, actually. So, I was fortunate enough to see internet coming in. So, I've done dial-ups. Probably I've used the one of the first Macs, which was from Apple, the Apple PC. Um, I've also probably the first ones to use mobile network. So I was kind of using Siemens headsets way back in 2002. So I saw a journey of internet from what it was, and people had lots of ideas. Lots of skeptics were also there in the market. They all thought that probably this is just a flash in the pan and will go away. In fact, I always remember this very famous saying, which the IBM CEO in 1970s said that world needs six PCs. So, so you'll have different kind of people who kind of look at the one technology that has come in after the industrial and IT revolution, and the internet. We see it today. I mean, you have a mobile ecosystem which has the, of course, the hardware side, which is the mobile phones, and then you have the app ecosystem. Now, uh, thanks to Facebook, Meta, uh, and the visionary that Mark Zuckerberg is, I have to say that he was able to kind of envision this long time back.
Yeah.
And of course, you have similar skeptics said that this is a flash in the pan and it might go away, and metaverse is not going to be around us. But if you go by data, you can see that metaverse is flourishing. Okay, and metaverse is just one pillar of the extended reality.
Yeah.
So if you look from the top, you have extended reality. You have the augmented reality, the virtual reality, the mixed reality, and metaverse, and maybe there are some other aspects of technology which will get added in the future. So, what I try to say that since Mark uh, talked about Meta and what we are today, you can see that I think 2 weeks back he launched Oculus 3 S at a lower than $300 now, which is a very uh, important milestone for the industry. So similar to what we see in mobile ecosystem way back in 2002 when the costs were very high, it started slowly to taper down, and today you have a smartphone coming for about less than, I think, $300-400. Uh, and today, the at least from an India perspective, you can see the data usage cost is very low. It is the lowest in the world. So similarly, when we see from a next generation of technology coming in, is the Web 3.0, is the the virtual realities that are coming in. So at this stage, in 2024, I'd say we are similar in this technology as we were in mobile phone ecosystem in 2004 around. So there's a long path ahead, and I think from numbers perspective, this industry is already more than $320 billion worldwide. Now, people, if you're wondering what where it is being spent, you have the headgears such as RealWear, Pico, Oculus, Relax, and more than 140 such companies which are operating in the headgear sector. And of course, there are solutions on top of that. And now, what are those solutions? Now, the solutions are like, say, for instance, HR onboarding. I mean, at this point in time, while you are trying to uh, get the better of carbon emissions, okay, so what you're doing here is essentially you are kind of reducing the travel costs by enabling HR onboarding across different cities. You are streamlining the content, so you don't have different trainers who talk their own language or probably interpret the same thing in different ways. So you have one standardized interpretation of how the company needs to be perceived by a new employee. Um, then you have uh, so the example of this is, say, Emeritus today, out of UAE, has just made a purchase of more than 4,000 Oculuses for training their entire staff. I mean, they have more than 24,000 staff. So they are kind of started that journey. And similarly, you have worldwide, Boeing is using for simulating their training, aircraft manufacturing, and lots of airlines are using it for training. You have healthcare staff being trained by in virtual reality. So
I have
uh,
also seen like on CST railway station of Mumbai, they are training staff with VR. So it's
yeah,
very great thing to see. Yeah,
it's a great, not only great thing, but it's also enables higher retention. So if I read a book, okay, my retention is only lower than 10%. Or if I
10%.
see a PPT in a in a classroom, or in, say, in my meeting room in office, my retention is again under 10%. I come out of it and I forget uh, 90% of what I studied or saw. But in virtual reality, the retention is, and it's proven by scientific data, retention is over 80%. So if you are in a simulated environment, like you want to learn how to drive, how to drive a train, how to clean you know, a bogie of a train, uh, how to teach train someone with fire devices and alarms. So there are multitudes of such use cases, which is becoming very useful because of the higher retention. So human behavior is changing. Okay, so and we always believe that textbook learning is what it is, right? I mean, we know it has not worked for us. It doesn't inculcate those values that we want. Now with VR, retention is much higher. If you see something in your VR, you'll remember it for at least much higher, much length of time than you can with textbooks. So it's very interesting that slow and steady, lots of use cases will emerge, and I'm very happy to be in this industry right now.
Yeah. One more use cases I would tell you that like in fashion industry. So people were few days back, like not few days back, few years back. I used to see that people were saying that in the fashion industry we are going to disrupt the market and everything. But now I was working on one of the models and I see that now it is not disrupting; it is already disrupted. People are creating dresses in the metaverse and selling it the way higher prices than it could sell it on the real world. And there are multiple games on that. There are multiple ecosystem, and even in the Snapchat, the app we use daily, they also started putting prices on the tag, so you can try out any fashion, any type of clothes on yourself, on your digital avatars, and on that avatar you can change, mix and match whatever you want, play with that. So I think that is the one more industry where we are going to see VR to be very closely working with everyone. So what is your
Abso-
thoughts on that?
No, absolutely. I think what you've said is just very right because uh, unlike common impression of that this industry is still kind of wobbling and it's not moving forward with speed, uh, under the current there are so many things happening. So I met someone recently who's doing PhD in fashion in the metaverse.
Oh, that's great.
So I was very surprised. I asked him that, being in India and you've taken such a topic which is very, very recent,
Yeah.
it is very unlikely that somebody will think of fashion in metaverse and do a PhD on top of that. I asked him that, what. So he said that, I've got 40 students who are working on with me on this project. So they're designing, like you said, they are simulating lots of fashion shows, um, nationally and international. So imagine that there is a fashion show in New York, and you can actually be present in that event, sitting in Delhi, wearing your VR device.
Yeah.
So uh, you can be present as if you were there. So these kind of use cases are, nobody can stop these kind of uses from
Yeah.
developing into a full scale apps and full scale enterprise solutions.
And one more use cases, like I would tell you that you may check that out. Like just like you say that when it was very nascent, like 3 4 year back, I met a person through IEEE, and he was working on a app named as Cute AR. So when he was working at that time, Meta was also started playing. So the model or the avatar inside or the quality of the character inside the VR was very low. So at that time, he was trying to make classroom inside metaverse or classroom inside the VR world or mixed reality. At that time, we used to call it. So in that, he was trying to make it that. So when he was making at that time, I have seen that it was not picking up with that speed, but or I wasn't even like it wasn't looking that great. But right now, if you go and see their app and they see all the experience and how the Indian schools and how corporates are using their app, like the app name is Cute AR. And if you can check that out, like lot of people are actually adopting to it. And the quality wise, it has significantly improved. So I think it is with every technology, it start with the AI. It start with the dumb question and then again it become advanced day by day. It become and come into daily life. So yeah, that is the one thing.
Absolutely. I mean, that is that is the nature of any technology which starts off in a lab and then comes out in the mainstream. We've seen that in internet, and that's why I talked about internet and mobile, because at that point it was very difficult to imagine that you will also be using email on a mobile phone. People used to say that, okay, at some point in time we'll be using email on mobile phone. It was very difficult to imagine. Kaise hoga? Say commerce on mobile phone, say gaming on mobile phone, so people had lots of questions, but slow and steady people did, uh, brick by brick you build it, and then you iterate, and then it becomes a big thing like WhatsApp.
Yeah,
Imagine your SMS days. You used to send SMSs, right? And everybody has forgotten about SMS. You used
yeah.
to
Like at
do
that time, we were
tweeting.
not even capable of thinking we can send videos over the SMS.
Absolutely, absolutely. But it happened, right? So
Yeah,
similarly, even in XR, while we may not be able to see those use cases in action right now, but somebody in the across the globe is thinking about some very interesting, compelling idea, or फिर वो idea becomes a killer app, and
yeah.
that killer app is going to push everyone to then adopt this
Everyone.
technology.
Yeah,
Today, if somebody doesn't have a phone with WhatsApp, he probably may not be able to even survive for a month or a day, because it is so important that you can call, you can talk, you can message, you can transact, you can pay bills. there are at least five six things that you can do. So similarly, in the world of XR, you will have this AR glasses you will be wearing, and I think you must have heard Ray-Ban has tied up with Meta, and they're
Yeah, yeah.
increasing the
They have
price.
already made a prototype.
Yeah, so those prototypes are out in the bucket. So
Yeah,
today you can buy it for I think $239. These Ray-Ban glasses, which are AR glasses. So augmented reality, as we know it, it will allow you to get digital information of physical objects which are in front of you. Uh, One very interesting use case is that people who are blind, they are able to do their things like a normal person because this AR glass is reading what is ahead of you. So if suppose say they want to say buy a coffee, uh, they can just look at the shop keeper and say give me coffee, and they can the AR reads the UPI payment gateway, and they make the payment and they take the coffee. So and they want to walk to back to their home because the air glass is guiding them.
yeah.
Take a left,
I
take
saw
a right.
one more video on this. They said like in future we see this. These blind people were able to do more than that we are doing. We are able to do it with our eyes because they can see the things that we are not able to see. So they might go beyond. So it was
Yes,
really
absolutely.
exciting to know that. And I would like to know more about the term you talked about, immersive net. So can you explain more about what is immersive net and how it is going to affect and improve our lifestyle?
Right. Uh, let me take two steps back. So when you look at internet as is today, it's basically two dimensional.
Yeah,
Okay. In the world that we are moving into, it could be 3D or 4D, wherein uh, you have a view of an object in 3D. But when you are able to uh, join that 3D object yourself and interact with people around you in a virtual environment, you immerse into that place. So you're not like an onlooker, you're not looking at it, but you are participating in that virtual environment. You are interacting with the machines, or you are interacting with other humans in the virtual environment. So you get immersed, which is what Mark Zuckerberg says about sense of presence. So he said that I've got two very important things in my life with respect to Meta Oculus, the path ahead. And one of the things is that how would he make sense of presence as the key deliverable of the Meta platform. So when he says sense of presence means, say, suppose like both of us are uh, on a web call,
yeah,
uh, and if I were to be sitting inside this in the environment that you are in as a hologram,
yeah.
I will have much better sense of presence because I can see place around you. I can interact with you, and he in fact said that it is possible that I could probably touch you and feel the sensation here.
Yeah,
So and I can touch the mic. I can do few things there. So sense of presence, sense of touch. So all जो पांचों इंद्रियां हैं,
mm,
अ, उन इंद्रियों का एक वर्चुअल एनवायरनमेंट में
yeah,
लेकर आना in the way people will experience it is immersive. And why I said immersive net is because I don't think internet 2D will survive more than a year or two.
yeah.
People will move in the immersive tech because the advantages are much more.
Much more.
I mean, like you are developing Apple Vision Pro app, right?
Yeah.
Is because you know that this is the future. You believe in it.
Mm,
So if there are millions of people around who are thinking the same way, I think everybody will shun. I don't think Gen Z plays 2D games. They like to play Roblox kind of games.
Yeah,
That
Roblox is very popular among the kids.
absolutely.
So,
The only thing that probably this could be more put on a fast track is the headgear. If my eyeglasses are are conducive and are not the ones that we see today. So this
right.
Oculus glass that we have, I have it here. Let me just pull it out. Just for the benefit of the viewers. This is the Oculus glass we have, right?
Yeah.
This one. Now this Oculus glass, if it reduces in its size and it becomes smartphone, like a smartphone, which is like a smart glass,
Yeah.
okay, like a Ray-Ban thing, or in fact, Mark also talked about tying up with a lens company, Elixir, I think, who will uh, be able to give you power on top of. I mean, if somebody has power in the glass, you can buy that and get it fitted into the eyewear that uh, is going to come in with AR, MR, and VR. So this this element, once that happens, I think everybody in the world will be using it. I
Yes.
mean, it is very difficult to imagine somebody doesn't have a phone today.
Yeah.
Similarly, it'll be very difficult to see that nobody has these eyewears. Everybody is
Right.
wearing an eyewear, which is a MRAR glass.
Right. And like next thing I wanted to know, like there are certainly challenges. A lot of people saying that a lot of companies have tried virtual reality in the past and failed. So there are certainly challenges in growing up. So growing up any technology or let's suppose any new thing. So and you also run a company. So from your perspective, what do you think that Indians as I'm talking about Indian perspective, that India will face challenges in adopting the AR to everyone or VR glasses to everyone. Like I wanted to know in Indian scenario, like what are the challenges that as an Indian, be it a developer or be it a user, what are the challenges people are going to face?
Uh, of course, every technology goes through certain challenges or adoption.
Yeah,
Okay, it's not difficult to imagine that. I mean, today small time shopkeepers are launching their website and commerce site on the Amazon and Flipkart, uh, is because they know that the audience has moved in that direction. So uh, most of the enterprises do catch up when they realize that audience has moved to AR, VR, MR. So they'll go after it. Having said that, uh, because India is the hub of software development across the world. Okay, we have a very high reputation in the international markets. So Indian software people are valued. If you be anywhere in the world and you say you are a software engineer and you are from India, uh, people give you that stature. So because we are 60 million odd software engineers in India, I think we will see lots of apps which will be for Bharat. So make in India, Bharat, apps for Bharat. These are the things which will come in. So let's say in AR, VR, MR glass, a smart glass you are wearing, you are conversing with someone who knows Telugu, doesn't know English or Hindi. So still you are talking to them. So those applications will come in. So you're talking to machine, you're talking reading a book. Maybe there is a very nice book written in Tamil, but I want to read it in English. So how do I read that? Because I'm wearing a AR glass and I'm getting the transcription back into English. So I think Indian software engineers will do a lot of good work for apps for Bharat. Uh, and as the audience moves into uh, AR VR, like Gen Z, under 13 are already in AR VR.
yeah,
Uh, and as they grow into decision making segments, so
segment.
when they start earning money and they start spending, they know that they will not spend in 2D technology, they will always spend in 3D because it's more efficient and all that. Then enterprises will go after them.
Yeah,
Third is, even the enterprises know that by bringing these solutions, their cost is reducing, profitability is going up. Okay, they are able to standardize their content, etc. So I'm saying, in nutshell, any enterprise today which is uh, going to look at this technology and adopt it, they're going to see the jump in their overall net margin by about 35-40% as on today, because they'll be making lot of bringing a lot of efficiency. So I give you an example. So for instance, you go to an airport.
yeah,
Okay, and telling you a real use case. I can't take the name of the company, airline, but what they're doing is they have this. They are using assisted reality glasses to remotely uh, scan the tag on the luggage, and that tag immediately goes into the CRM of the uh, airline without having to somebody do a noting,
yeah,
like at the point where you are taking in the luggage. Okay, so you are entering the details, all of that. There's a small QR code on the luggage. This guy is wearing a uh, assisted reality glass like Vuzix 500 M500, and he looks at the QR code. The QR code gets scanned, goes into the CRM, and straight it goes to as information at the boarding point and at the point where the luggage is being put into the aircraft.
yeah,
So the guy who is at the boarding gate, he's also wearing a eyewear, smart glass, or a Vuzix M400, and he is able to scan the same QR code, know that okay, this person, uh, this is the name of the person, this is the luggage, and it will allow you to go in without having to show anything to do with the luggage check-in.
yeah.
So these kind of apps are happening, and that's how the enterprise will come in. So they'll see the profitability going up. So it's the best thing to do. Why? Who doesn't want profit?
Yeah, yeah. This is definitely going to change a lot of developers, like, or a lot of industry wise as well. So we see that AI has already increased our development time. Like they had decreased the development time, but increased our efficiency. The similar thing we would like. We cannot predict it right away what exactly going to happen, but use cases like this will definitely faster. And personally, what I wanted, like we Indian, like when it comes about mobile phones or anything, we can say that we are lacking with hardware resources, manufacturing resources. But this time in this phase, we are not lacking with anything. We all have computers and everything, and soon once MR will be accessible. What I personally believe that India should take on lead, and people should take on lead and start making things for that, and think of the more use cases, problem solving on the MR platform or in the virtual reality platform. And it was really great talking to you. One of the use cases that I wanted to tell you, like one experience that I faced personally. I recently went to Mahakal temple, like last month in Ujjain. So there, what I saw, there are a lot of on the station. Everywhere it was written दुर्लभ दर्शन केंद्र. तो वहां पे मैंने देखा, फिर वहां पे स्टॉल लगा हुआ था दुर्लभ दर्शन केंद्र का. So I thought, and with the glasses, Oculus glasses, and some of their proprietary devices from Tech XR Innovation, something like that. So their proprietary devices, some Meta devices, like it was placed there. So it was kept on a small stall. So after doing darshan and everything, so I thought of let's give it a try. So उन्होंने just took some money, like that was very affordable, very small. So उन्होंने बोला कि वहां पे पास में एक center है, experience center they were calling it. वहां पे गया. So I was surprised to see कि there were lot of old audience, not just young audience, old audience, and every age group was sitting there in a good scenario. They have put comfortable chairs and everything, so you can sit and enjoy. फर्स्ट माय थॉट वाज कि वो लोग क्या होता है कि जो अभी हम लोग देखते हैं ना फोन में कार्डबोर्ड लाइक गूगल कार्डबोर्ड या फिर ऐसा चीप एआर डिवाइसेस वीआर डिवाइसेस आते हैं. It will come in front of your eyes and you will see that in front of that, like is virtual reality screen. But what I saw, they have gone one step ahead and they have made completely immersive. तो वो अगर अच्छे डिवाइसेस और अच्छे डिवाइसेस आ जाए तो they could have done far more better than that. But
Absolutely,
I
and
was
it will
shocked to
happen.
see that a temple, a temple जिसको हम लोग primitive बोलते थे, जिसको हम लोग बोलते थे कि no, we Indians don't believe in technology and everything, that is utilizing, such a technology. So I saw the combination of spiritual and technology, spirituality and technology at the same time. I always believe spirituality has far more power, but with technology I think we can do even more and go more beyond. So ये बहुत अच्छा लगा
Absolutely,
मुझे.
absolutely, and we know that uh, there was a story from Mahabharat when Dhritarashtra, who was blind,
Yeah,
is not able to go to the battlefield, and he's asked Sanjay to give him all the stories. And Sanjay is wearing something, and he is able to see what's happening in the battlefield, and he's narrating the entire battle story to Dhritarashtra. So I'm saying it is not so much. So much of doubt that anyone can have that this
yeah,
technology is the future.
yeah,
It is going to uh, be with everyone, every person, to increase his own personal efficiency,
yeah,
increase his own personal. Suppose I want to learn something, I can simply say, to my virtual reality assistant, saying, bring me information about, say, how to ride a bike,
yeah,
and the virtual reality glass all brings in a bike and gives me a half an hour session on how to ride a bike, and then i I start riding bike in not 15 days but maybe in 48 hours,
yeah,
because I understand it so well in my simulated environment. So you're right, and thank you so much for having me for this podcast.
yeah,
And I'm hoping that you're part of this, and we will live to see the adoption of immersive tech across the world.
yeah. Thank you so much, sir. It was really wonderful talking to you, and I learned a lot. Actually, some of the insights that we were just thinking of it, but now you tell that these use cases are not just thoughts anymore. These people are doing it, adopting it, and it is growing rapidly. So I would definitely love to see more people coming into that, and will love to see what you create, what I create, and super excited for this new future. Thank you so much, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Okay. Bye
Yeah.
bye.